Good evening and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Football Manager and the London Green Save. We are back for yet another episode today. Now this season is a bit of a weird one in a way because I altered the upload schedule kind of mid-season, and while I started the season, obviously we started very well with lots of wins and a couple of draws, but ultimately lots of wins in the league, which is really good. I started the season when I didn't know exactly when these episodes were going up, but now I do, because I decided that the London Greens is going to be every other day. It's going to be on rotation with Golden Lap, which means that when I've got more episodes, I can take a little bit more time within each episode to talk about different things, to talk about the matches, to go a little bit more detailed, talk about the tactics, the players I'm looking for. And so today, all we're going to do is we're going to play these two games. The Bookham game, Bookham in third, so it's a big game, it's an important game, and the Hounslow game, and they're down in 14th. But we have not actually won a game since our cup game against Acton, and then another cup game before that, which we won on penalties, and the two-team bet game in the league. We have played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 league games since then, and we've lost 2 of them. And yes, fair, we've only lost 2 of them, and that's only 2 losses throughout the season so far. But the fact that we haven't actually won a game in a little bit of time, it is a little bit worrying, And I did say in the last couple of episodes, or the titles have been, we're trying to stop the slide, we're trying to stop this kind of, I don't know, I don't really know, like the mid-season slump that almost always happens. We're trying to fight it as we speak now. We are in the mid-season. We've had a really good start to the season. You can see all those greens, all those wins, good results, loads of goals, but it's kind of faded away. We've got to try and fight that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go back to basics. There was a comment saying you've overcorrected a little bit in a recent video. And that's what we're going to do today. So we're going back to tactic number 1, which is plan A, Josh ball, not slow, not all out attack, not park the bus, counter attack, any of that stuff. We've got plan A, plan B, all out attack. Plan E is the counter attack. So that one's like a little bit less. I don't really know what we're doing with that one so much. It's more of a kind of playing direct, sitting back a little bit and try. And in fact, I think that's too far back. You're just inviting an absolute load of pressure by playing that far back. So we're not going to play that far back, but we're going to go back to plan A, Josh ball, plan A, and we're going to pick the team to play that way for us today. So positionally, yeah, there we go. So actually, no, we need to go into our stats page, which is this one, and sort it by position. And our best goalie by a long shot has been Nick Withers. His XG is actually in the positive. Especially when Ali Oldring does make mistakes that do lead to goals. We don't want that. We don't need that. Even though his XG is pretty solid as well. It's more or less at 0. If it's just under 0 like that, it's more or less at 0. So Oldring will go on the bench. Withers will go in as number 1. Now, who's going to play at right back? What should we be looking for here? What should we be we should be looking for possession 1 per 90 and then progressive passes as well per 90. So we're going to filter by defenders who can play on the right. Possession 1, Patterson. Boom. Number 1. Progressive passes, however, Stefan Clark. But we know that Stefan Clark is actually our super sub. So in terms of possession 1 here, we've got 3 players who seem to be doing quite well at it. Turner Gilligan wins a lot more headers, however, and completes a lot more tackles as well. Tackles per 90, Patterson's on 0. He's only played 2 matches, but that's not ideal. 0. Oh, no. Goal mistakes 1. That's not bad in that many minutes, to be fair. What is... I don't know why this particular... There we go. Okay, and I don't know why that did that either. So let's just quickly... Oh, what is happening? Why are you doing this? Can I do that? Will that... Oh, that's way faster, yeah. So if I go to the end, will it just move everything across? Nope, it won't. Let's do that and see if that works. Why do you need to be this specific length? That makes no sense. And it's done it again. Why does it open this up? Ah, it's ridiculous. It's stupid. Okay, whatever. Let me just do that again. Move everything across that I can, and we'll just have to suffer and leave the last one out. Like, there's no need for that to be out there. Look at that. There's space here. Oh, ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay, it's going to be Turner Gilligan. I'm getting distracted, but it's going to be Turner Gilligan. And Evans is the backup choice. Minutes per game, plays a good amount. Actually wins. I mean, that's about the same, but winning 90% versus 66%, I've got to give it to Turner Gilligan. Okay, to the central players now. Who we're going to pick at our central position. So, wow, look at that. 85%. That's way higher. Possession 1. Shannon P.S. and Jordan Patterson. Tom Archer's in there as well. Percentage of headers is pretty strong. Let's go into our centre-back stats. We're looking at jumping reach, which is good across the board. Tackling, pretty good across the board. Strength, also pretty good across the board. Determination. We've got 2 players there I brought in for their determination levels. Okay, I think Ruben Mason has to go in. 15 determination, 12 jumping reach, 12 strength goes in there. 13, 12, and 9. Roman Cotton goes in there as well. Listed for loan. Okay, that's interesting. All right, I'm not opposed to that. Okay, let's go to the left back position. This is a little bit of a, you know, a bit of a long one in terms of trying to pick the team again from scratch almost. So all of these guys can play at left back. Wow. That's kind of crazy. Got 3 that are the best at it. Determination is important, so Holdcroft being able to play theirs, that's not a bad thing. Work rate and stamina, they're very high. Positioning is also quite important. Determination. Callum Wild, that determination is so low though. Really not good. Nesbitt's got good numbers there. But less so on the attacking. Those are good numbers. The positioning and marking, not so much. So we're going to put Nesbitt in for now. I'm going to quickly go back and look at the stat screen and see if there's goal mistakes being made. No, not quite. Okay, that's all right then. Nesbitt, what's your percentages? 48% on headers. That's really kind of not good. Then again, all of them are a little bit low on that. Okay, right, to the DM position. Well, to be fair, this one is a little bit more obvious. It's going to be Olofsson. But I just, yeah, look, knowing I've got a little bit more time, I want you guys to actually see the process I go through when I'm trying to pick my team. It's got to be Olofsson. He's just way, way, way better than the rest. And that's why we're paying him way more than the rest. Yeah, okay. That one's a bit of a no-brainer, if we're being honest. Central midfielders. So the position we use, central midfielder here, is a box-to-box midfielder. So it's going to be stamina's quite high. Although there's not many that have a great stamina here. In fact, we're just looking at central midfielders. We want to look at this as... There we go, that's better. There we go. Passing needs to be relatively high. Okay, that's good. Tackling as well. First touch needs to be high. Vision also a little bit higher than that. but you are box to box, so it's mostly stamina. I mean, it actually might make more sense to play Olafsson as the central midfielder, and then look at the DMs as well as our kind of defensive main players. So Todd Parker, for example, good first touch, good team determination. You've got to improve on that, guys. We will have a look at that as well in the dynamics and stuff like that, see who's getting mentored by who. I did set them up ages ago, but it's kind of, it's not really the same as it was. But happiness-wise, we're okay. Some are unhappy in public domain, playing in a weak role. Hey, who's going to be that DM? I need good tackling, which I've got here. Good passing, good strength. It might be Aldred. Work rate's high, determination low again. Okay, we're going to put Todd Parker in because of that tackling stat. Passing good. Teamwork and first touch is good. Determination's a bit low. I really do wish we could get that improved. But Todd Parker is a little bit older, so you're not really going to be able to change that so much. Let's go to wingers on the left-hand side, of which we really don't have many. And this is the wrong stats page. Wingers, okay. Not a great amount of kind of greens and yellows here, and only one blue, and that's a Nesbitt for his teamwork. So pace is an important one. Embleton's got pace and dribbling and crossing, but not so good at the visuals. Might be quickly. You know, we'll start with quickly, but I'm also going to ask him to train, go into his development, into his training, and discuss new trait with Davis, passing training. I want to, yeah. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But I want him to start crossing the ball more. So where is crossing? There it is. I want him to see if he can boost those numbers, because that would help us out. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Now, oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. So let's put him on the left. Okay, right-hand side players. We've got players I'm looking at bringing in. We've got Rafael Lewandowski, who looks really good. On the right-hand side, we've got Tom Moss. Good determination, good numbers around, good dribbling. Cutler's still injured, so I think it's going to have to be Tom Moss. Yeah, fine. Now to the strikers. And we've only wasted 14 minutes picking a team. We haven't even played yet. So, strikers, here we go. Composure is an important one. Ben Horn's got the most of that. Not a surprise. Yeah, Ben Horn, in you go. Which is, yeah, Ben Horn's the advanced, then Takeda is the, I mean, again, really good stats, but he's much slower, so Takeda goes in. Okay, cool. That's that done, to be honest with you. That is that done. So let's cancel all the filters. Go into picking our bench. So we need a DM slash MC to go on the bench. Where is Aldred? Yep, there you are. Then we need an attacking player. So Mbamba goes there. It would be Cutler. Cutler would be a good one to bring in. Let's make it Sprawley instead. Yes. because we still got suspensions and injuries and lots of ineligible players because we're looking at bringing players in. That's the team we're going to go with. It wants me to make loads of different changes. I'm going to ignore that. And it wants me to remove, because it is still control possession. But yeah, no. We're gonna go into it. Look, and I'm gonna try not to, micromanage and overcorrect and be, just do too much. As the phrase goes, I don't want to do too much. I just want to see if the players can go out there with a tactic that they should be familiar with, they're comfortable with, and let's see what they can do. That's what I'm hoping for. Now, I have moved the subscribers thing from, down here to over here. I even could potentially move the camera over there to the bottom. I'm moving my mouse. You can't see my mouse. I've moved the subscriber thing from there. How do I do my hand? There. No. There. There. And it's here now. You can see it's above me. And I could even move my camera onto the other side, or maybe put my camera to just above the tactics and subs at the bottom left. Oh, we've scored a header. Boom. Olafsson finds the back of the net. Lovely stuff. And I've also moved the logo. I'm using the golden lap. I'm using the golden lap overlay just to see if it works a little bit better. Hopefully it does. Okay, we're playing a really good game so far. We've gone back to our baseline tactic, our number one tactic. And it is going well. We're at 57% possession. We've created chances. They have not. And hopefully we're just going to be able to keep control of this game as we go into the second half. So what does the analytical data say? It says we're very tight. We're very compact. Which is interesting. But it does show that we are working. Like, this game is working. Okay. And I've not really changed anything. We sat and we picked a team for 13 minutes. We got one highlight. It was a goal. And we haven't done anything since. What on with us? Okay, we're going to try and slow things down just a tad. And the reason for that is that Bookham have got a little bit of momentum now. And I want to try and hold the ball just a little bit longer. And not give it away cheaply or anything like that. We want to try and control the game, control possession, and not play silly passes like that quickly. Okay, that's gone over, but that was a warning. Why are you trying to force the pass? No need. Okay, we're going to engage in the press a little bit more. You can see, look at this from... They have really figured us out in this second half. Have Bookham. So what do we do to change that? I'm not seeing a lot of the game because we're only on the key highlights. Let's move this way. They're still just playing a 4-4-2. Okay. I'm going to bring the wingers back. Going to make the changes that we want to make. That's going to be Aldred coming on for Takeda and slotting in alongside Olafsson like that. And then Ben Horn's up top on his onesie. Let's see if that gives us a little bit more control in the midfield and a little bit more momentum on here as well. I want to... Oh, I didn't press play. There we go. Press play. I want to see the match momentum, please. Where is it? There it is. And it has done just that. Okay, Olafsson's given everything. Okay, we'll make that change. And Bambo, you can go like that, and we kind of rock into a... whatever this is. Nesbitt out for Clark, and that'll be all the changes we make. Not doing too much, but a little bit of a tactical change halfway through the second half after we had that kind of warning shot on when we gave the ball away. We'll bring the wingers back, try and exert a little bit more control, and then just boot it long for no reason. What are you doing? Oh my, there we go. Way to throw it away. Oh, that's so frustrating. We had no need to just boot it long. Absolutely ridiculous play. And we've gifted a goal. That was a gift. That they did not earn that. That was a gift. Very frustrating. And that is going to be another draw, yet another draw. And I am fuming. I'm going to watch that goal again. If it does show, it doesn't show who. I think it's Tony Gilligan. Just booting it. Why are you just booting it long? Be patient. Hold the ball. Keep possession. There's like 10 minutes to go. Oh, outrageous. I'm not happy. I'm not. If you can't tell, I'm not freaking happy. Not even a little bit. Ah. Okay, so we're going to be looking at bringing in David Bowers as another midfield option. Now, I'm not fully sure if this is actually necessary, so I'm going to compare him to some of our other players. He's better in a lot of ways than Richard Hughes. And let's look at our other midfielders. So, Michael Barnes. Michael Barnes is actually better in a lot of ways, except the vision and the passing. So, it's a passing. He's a good passer. Interesting. Okay. Todd Parker. He's better. Parker's more of a defensive player. Yeah, that's fine. That makes sense. What about others? What about, well, not Sam Reski, because he's not really in the picture at the moment. Olafsson is so much better all around, but then just on the attacking side of it, a little bit less. That also does make sense, you know, I'm not surprised by that either. Connell. Again, better defensively. Bowers is a playmaker. Okay. Bowers is a playmaker. Can even slot into that cam position as well. With good flair. You know what? Yeah, look, we're going to go for it because we've got the money to. Hopefully it doesn't. Cons. Big matches. Doesn't feel comfortable playing in big matches. Can be wayward crossing. Signs of a total collapse. Yeah, because he's not playing football. Everything else looks pretty good. Okay. Fringe player. Yeah, that's fine. Money-wise, we're not going to be paying out like absolute bank. So let's lower that to 250. You want 350? I'll give you 275. You want 325? I'll give you 300. There we go. Now, 300 is a lot of money in terms of like what we're paying our players. But you can see we've still got a lot of money left in the wage budget. And his trial is going to end. So that's why I'm bringing him in. It's only for 7 months. The finances can handle it for 7 months, basically. It's not a bad deal. Hopefully he comes in, helps with the rotation of the squad, and keeps things going well. Now, in this next game against Hounslow, I am going to make a few changes to that squad. But we've still got a couple of days until we get to that. So, I'll be right back. Well, okay, so before we actually get into this game, we've also got all of the other trials coming to an end real soon. So we're on the Wednesday game, which is actually, this is the day of the game. We're on the 28th, you can see. Again, another draw. That's so frustrating. Another draw. But we've got all these players in the squad now that we want to have a look at. So Barry Clark, you're a striker. Striker stats say you're good at pace, good at jumping. Don't have a lot of finishing, but do have good composure. So I think Barry Clark will get into good positions. But will you be able to take control of them? That's the question now. Jake Anderson, very similar, but does have better composure, 6 and against 2. And a slightly better first touch. Not so good off the ball. but is also quite good, quite pacey, good determination as well. Oh, I'm really not sure here. Because recently we've been playing the young strikers because we needed to, you know. We've only got 3 first teamers here, so to speak, in our striker positions. It would be a good thing to have another one, and especially if these guys are pacey, we can just bomb them forward, send them forward, and see what they can do. So we're gonna go for Jake Anderson. Let's see. Oh, it's another Northern Irish lad. Contract offer. Make an offer. He's from Hawking Town. They want 4,000. Oh, okay. See if we can bring that down to 2,000. Okay, make that offer. But Barry Clark on trial again. An Irishman, not a Northern Irishman. But slightly, look, if we don't have to spend as much money, Barry Clark might be the one we go for. Okay, now Lewandowski on the right-hand side. We're going to go to attacking midfielders. So good determination. That's the wrong one. It's wingers, actually. There we go. Good determination. I love that. I really do. Good pace, good agility, good flair, good technique, and good crossing. The only problem is the dribbling and the balance might let him down. But those are some good stats in the important ones, especially when we don't really want our wingers scoring as much. I want them running and crossing it in. And we do have a little bit of a problem with the old winger injuries. Suggest that 270. Oh, we're going to go to 240. There we go. Enjoyed. Lovely stuff. Okay, so now we've got centre backs. 3 centre backs to look at, and this is all about trying to improve the squad as we go. So let's filter it on to centre backs. Jumping reach, pretty good. Savage, okay, everyone's 12 or plus. That's pretty good anyway. Tackling wise, Savage again is the best. Strength wise, Savage again. So unfortunately, these guys, I don't think Holdcroft is going to do it, or Harry Close, even though they've got good numbers in other stats that I'm looking at, especially their pace is quite high. But Savage's pace is quite high as well. The tackling just lets them down, the composure as well, the strength as well, and the heading. We're going to go for Ray Savage and not the others. $220. Let's do 230. Whoa, it doesn't want to do that. 230. There we go. Okay. All right, those are offers made. We'll play this next game, of which I've only made 2 changes to the... Oh, wow. That was fast. Anderson, 2,000. Can we even afford that? Oh, we can. Okay, yeah. Love that. Yeah, I love that indeed. That's really awesome. Once the players are pressing forward. Let's get rid of that. Okay, cool. I don't want to be locked into playing as a pressing forward here. So we're going to lower it to 250. Get rid of that. Suggest. Go 275. 300. And we meet in the middle. Nicely. Okay. 2 tactical changes to the team that's going to play against Hounslow. It's Turner Gilligan swapped out for Jake Evans. And it's also... Cutler's not ready. However, Takeda is. And it's also Sprawley on the left-hand side. Other than that, it is the same team going forward who played a pretty good game in that last game. It was a good game. I think they played pretty well. And we're going to hopefully see them play well again here today. Mostly, yeah, look, that's all positive reactions to the team that we're going to be playing with. Let's get into the game. And even though, like, I don't have a lot of the highlights on, I could change that. They've got 5 draws in a row. No, is that me? That might be me. 5 draws in a row. We could go extended highlights, but I'm keeping it key highlights. I think in an effort to stop me from doing too much. Like, as I said earlier, I don't want to do too much. I want to let the players play. Okay, it's 75% possession, so we're doing really well. We're going to drop a demand more, and on top of that, we're going to play a little bit more attacking. Provided we do not get hit on the counter. Wow, that's a good pass in behind. And that is a great save. Oh, I was going to say that is us being hit on the counter. Withers has made a cracking save there. Really, really good. Now we have to deal with the corner, which we have done. And Sprawley will chase it, but won't get there before Latham. And that's the end of that highlight. So that was a good opportunity for Hounslow. And we are lucky that... Right, they are, again, getting another chance here. Moss brings it clear. What is Parker doing up there on his own? Okay, we want to win that header. Well done. Sprawley on the ball. Back to Nesbitt. You've got a pass in here. There we go. It gets to Takeda eventually. Out to Sprawley. There we go. And now, get the ball in. That's all I want from my wingers. Off the bar. Off the post. Takeda tries to win it back. Won't quite get there. Nesbitt gets it. And that's the end of the highlight. That was a good opportunity. Almost in. Really, really good play. Sprawley getting the ball into the box. That is the priority. Making decisions that help us get the ball into a danger zone and get goals going our way. You know, at least getting chances going our way. Moss plays it up the right, but it's a bad pass. Horn wins it back, however. Olofsson, Takeda, back, and then Horn's over. Doesn't go for the pass over there. That's all right. Olofsson now into Horn. Moss. He's going. Moss has lost it again. He's playing at a 6.4. He's not having a good game. Maybe we can give him a bit of encouragement. Let's see if that does help him out. Oh, out to Latham. Across it in. Smith is there and it's gone in. Oh. .3. Okay, Moss. Off you come, lad. Quigley's going to go on the right-hand side. Playing really badly. And if you're playing badly, look, you've got to be willing to be criticised when you are playing badly. Takeda on the free kick here. This would be a really nice, easy way to get back into this game. Oh, just wide. Just wide. Okay, keep going, guys. We've got to get more going here. Another opportunity. Nelson clears it. No, what are you doing? Quigley, you've got to get back and get involved there. You're not even at your position. You're still not there. You've had all this time. Now you're running. Good. Thank you. Oh, Evans, keep it calm. Okay, what are you doing? Mason, you are not helping. Okay. Highlight finished. Withers on the ball. Gives it to Mason. Okay, what have you got? You've got Evans. Okay, what have you got? You've got here. You've got there. Or there. Okay, that's fine. Yep, keep it going. You've still got Olofsson here. Good. Back. Back here. Oh, Ben Horn in behind. Good. Look for Takeda. Or Olofsson arriving. Deflected. And in it goes. Olofsson scores once again. I actually think we were having a little bit more luck playing with the positive mindset rather than the attacking mindset. And we're going to bring those wingers back again. Okay, instantly into another highlight. That does not bode well. Oh, well done, Parker. Maybe it does bode well. Maybe it does. Ben Horn into Mason. Find Parker. Never mind. End of highlight. Understood. Oh, what? Yeah, that's great. That's in off the crossbar. That's what we needed. We've got all the possession and none of the attacking threat that we need. Well done, Mason. He's missed it that time. Okay. Yeah, we've got to get our numbers forward here. Well done, Mason. Well done, Olafson. Lovely stuff. Okay, Takeda, play it long. Ben Horn's going. There we go. What a pass. 1-on-1. He's got to finish it. And he does, because he's frickin' Ben Horn. And when we need someone to score an important goal and get us back into the game, we can trust Ben Horn to do just that. We're 2-2, and I am actually going to go attacking here for a little bit. And try and completely surprise the opposition with... Okay, it does... Yeah. I might regret it. Yeah, I do regret it. What? Mason again? Mason. Oh, goodness. I feel like Mason's not had a good game. Yeah. In fact, I feel like the team has just not really played all that well, but Nesbitt's lost it again. Playing at 6.3 is pretty bad. Off you come. Okay, Sprawley on the ball, whips it in towards Ben Horn. The keeper's going to come for it. And does. You're just not going to go with him. You're just going to let him run. What on earth? Oh, yeah. Oh, they know how to frustrate me, don't they? They really do. Not long to go now at all. There we go. Our players are too good to not cause problems when we go full attacking. You know, get into a good position. And now I need them to calm down as well. We've got a bit of time. I'm keeping them on attacking. If this goes in, I will be fuming. Thank you. Okay, that'll be that. 3-3, we rescue another draw. It doesn't feel good, and we had to go attacking at the end to get it. More possession. Not enough chances. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Maybe we do have to bring the line back when we've got that possession to just give us more time. Try not to get hit on the counterattacks. Maybe those wingers need to start in the midfield for a bit of control anyway. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a system that gives us more going in attack, but doesn't leave us vulnerable in defence. So in that game there, we've managed to score 3. We've also conceded 3. So, I don't know. I don't know. Either way, look, we take another draw and we take 34 points from 20 games. It's not that bad. It's okay. We're still in the right positions. We're in the right direction, you know, the top end of the table. And even though I'm getting like frustrated that I can't figure this out, we're not losing games, and that's a big bonus, you know, that's a big plus. So, yeah, Ryan Smith played incredibly well. It just so happened that Ryan Smith played a 9.5, and if we look at the scheduling, and some of my players played like a 6.3, a 6.3, a 6.3, a 6.3, you know, so when it's on, it's on, when it's off, it's off. It's another draw. We have drawn 5 games in a row in the league. It's absolutely crazy. But we still sit in a good position, second place. Thank you for watching today, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any tips and tricks to help me try and get out of this, like, nothing can separate us and any team slump, please do let me know. Until then, have a good one and catch you next time.